Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. We just finished a mission where we took some tourists up to visit Juno, wasn't it? I believe it was Juno, right. Sorry, it's been a few days, more like a week, since I've played. And we have also some new astronauts, because in the meantime, the Juno tourists finished their 40-day stay, and I brought them all back, all of them back. I didn't show that, I didn't record that. We have 3 new astronauts. Gilbus, who was a pilot, Munwise, who was an engineer, and Shiruki, who was a scientist, which we need. And especially the pilot, I was running out. And I did bring Jebediah back, also Valentina. So right now, the only one aboard Juno, and I'm not even sure if I need one aboard Juno, is Edley Kerman. I left him up there. So he's the only one up there now. We'll see how that goes, I guess. So I did complete some of these contracts. I do have a lot more money now, but not as much as I want. And here's what I'm thinking now. I was going to do something different, but something occurred to me that I thought might be really cool. Cool mission. I don't know if it's going to be fun. I think it'd be fun for me. I'm not sure if it'd be fun to watch, but I'm going to do it anyway. So what we're doing is we're going to combine some contracts here. I'm going to do a flyby of the moon with 3 tourists. And I'm also going to do the land on the moon with 2 tourists at the same time. Same mission. So I need to build a craft that'll hold 5 people. Actually, 6. Because I'm going to need a pilot. Yeah, I think 6, maybe. I might need 7. No, I don't need 7. Because I can bring... Whoever pilots this can get on the lander and go down with the other 2 tourists. And basically what I'm going to do is bring something that will hold... bring a lander that will hold 3. And then another one. It'll be attached to another vessel that hold 3 others. Those 3 will stay aboard as we orbit the moon, while these 2 go down and land with the pilot, and then come back up and rendezvous. But that's not all. I want to replace the lander that's on Galileo. I want to replace it. Because I found... show you. Let's go in here. Alright, I think... Do I have the lander here? Here we go. No, yeah, that's the lander. Load. So this is the lander that's up there now, and it has... Actually, no, this is this is the new one I built. I was playing around with lander designs, and this is the one. This is based on the old one. This is the one I when I was thinking about this mission, I thought, okay, let's build a lander concept. Let's redo the lander. And in the course of doing that, I found this other engine. I think the lander that's up there now has maybe 300 delta V, something like that, 300 to 400. This has 1700, all because of this engine, this Spark. Let's see, I think I had a Poodle or something on there. Let's take this off. I had... Was it the Poodle? No, wasn't that. It was probably the Terrier or something like it, I believe. Maybe it wasn't the Terrier. No, it was, I remember, I think it was something like the Marietta or something. Right, this is it. I believe this is it. This is the one that's on the lander up there now. 326 delta V. And I was just playing around, and I just came across this one. This little tiny engine here. And it gives me 1700 delta V. So that allows me all kinds of freedom. I can go down and go from site to site to site to site without running out of fuel very quickly. So this is the new lander, and I believe this holds 3 people. Lithobrake X3 lander pod. Let's see. I forgot. It's been a while. Where is it? Can't seem to find it. Lander 2 can. Lander 1 can. Here we go. Yes, it crew capacity 3, so it's perfect. Pilot and 2 tourists. So this is what's going with us. It has the MechJeb, just in case I need it. It has... How much fuel is in here? So 330 with some oxidizers. I believe that's the same size as my other one, but I have a much more fuel-efficient engine. This is the 48.7S Spark. And I don't recall exactly where it is on here. If I organize these by size, maybe. There it is, the Spark. So it says here, now I don't know if I'm reading this wrong, but the vacuum thrust is only 20 kilonewtons. And this one is 70, but for some reason, is it because it's lighter? Nah, it's a little lighter, but... Oh. That's interesting. 70... No, that's right, that's right. But for some reason, it gives me a whole bunch more delta V. Now, it does say here in the description, the 48.7S may be small, but it packs quite a punch for its size. This little engine is a testament to how larger does not always mean more advanced, at least according to Rocketry's marketing department. The box it comes in is pretty cool in any case. So, yeah, I think it was designed for this kind of thing, so that's going to be much better. Again, like I said, I can go down to the moon and hop from site to site without worrying about running out of fuel. Now, did I put... You know what I may have missed here is... Yeah, I don't have the... I don't have the little extended stairs here, so I'm going to have to put those on and test it and make sure they can get out of this thing and crawl back in. So I have panels, photovoltaic panels here on the side. I have fuel. I have an RCS tank which holds 40, and this can, I believe, holds... No, it's this thing does. No, I guess it's just this. 40? I thought there was another... Oh, I have one over here on the side, so that's 80. That should be plenty for docking. So I'm looking forward to using this, and it's got a couple of antennas here, battery bank, which holds 150 electric charge. So it should be good. Should be good to go. So I'm going to mount this. I'm going to flip it upside down and attach it by docking port to the other vessel that's going to go along with. So I'm going to build that, but I'm not going to show everything. I'm basically going to build it and then come back and show you what I've done. And then we'll launch it and get up there. I might use some MechJeb on this. I don't know. I'm going to try not to, but we'll see. I'll put it there for just in case. And the just in case is in case I don't want to spend 2 hours trying to dock something because I made some silly little mistake with a awkward keyboard thruster controls, which happens. I'm wondering if I could use... I haven't tested it yet. Now I've used a gamepad for flight in this game, but I don't know if you can use that with the lander can. I'm not sure. I'll have to test it, but not today. So anyway, this is what I'm starting with. So I'm going to create the rest of it, and then we'll come back and launch this thing. I think we're going to get quite a bit of cash out of this. I'm going to go check real quick. Let's save. So just so you know, this will be the last. Now, there are several other tourist missions that I want to do, and some others that are kind of boring, probably, like Orbital Survey of the Moon. I'm going to do all 3 of these on the same mission. Orbital Survey of the Moon, and then another Biological Activity Survey. These are all from orbit over certain zones, but I get a ton of cash for them if I do all 3 of them. I mean, I think altogether it was like 400,000 or 500,000, something like that. This one is going to give me 300 here, plus another 3.5 here, plus, you know, well, so that's why I want to do them. I might probably do these and then do these not on a episode, and then we're going to do which one? Where is it? Did I lose it, or did I have only? Maybe it's here. Scout the moon for a suitable location to build a base. Now, this says scans of the moon are inconclusive. We'd like you to scout for a suitable place on the surface. Find a suitable location for your moon base. Once you find the site for your base, change the vessel type to rover. So basically, I land and then bring out the rover. So basically, I'm going to build a rover on the next episode, and we're going to take it to the moon. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and take this now, since we're going to do it anyway. And there's a bunch of tour stuff. I'll probably do that one at some point. Anyway, enough of this. I'm going to go ahead and build the rocket, and I'll be back in a bit. Alright, this is what I've come up with. I think it's going to work just fine. I have a decent thrust-to-weight ratio. I don't think I need any boosters to get us up into orbit. So I'm using the Merlin cluster down here, which I really like. I'm just going to check the staging here one more time. It's pretty simple. Rocket. Let's put that on its own stage. That, the engine, this, and then... Okay, so I've made a change, though, to the lander. That little sparkler engine was making me nervous. Here's the part I didn't like. I noticed. Well, you don't see it on here, but... So it's thrust in a vacuum is only 20 kilonewtons. So it has great delta V, but that worries me a bit, especially when I'm landing on the moon, because the one I have up there now is the Marletta engine. Its thrust is 70. This is 20. I'm a little concerned that it needs more thrust to that to keep from crashing into the moon. So I started looking at a bunch of different engines, but they didn't give me the delta V and thrust to weight ratio I wanted until I decided on where are they? The thuds. So I put a couple of thuds on here. I thought, well, how about a radial engine? And I put a couple of them on there, and it's going to give me close to 1300 delta V and a thrust to weight ratio of, I think with the spark, it was like 0.2, which I thought, don't know if that's going to work. This gives me a thrust to weight ratio of like almost 2. I think it's 1 point something, or 2, or something like that. Anyway, makes me much more confident on this lander with these engines on it than this one right here with the dinky thrust. This has, look at the thrust on this, 120, and I got 2 of them. 120. It does use more fuel, but again, I had 1300 delta V in this, which is more than I have in my other lander. So I think this will be an improvement overall. So we have the lander and the command pod, the storage container here. So the command pod, again, you've seen the lander. It's got RCS tanks, RCS thrusters, everything it needs. The command pod, this holds 4, this holds 4, the storage container. So that's 8. We have 8 parachutes on it because it is a little heavy. It does have its own electric charge. I do actually need to put some, I almost forgot, I need to put some not those. These photovoltaic panels on here so I can have some power. Let's put them right here. I think that'll be good. All right, and so we're coming back in this and this. We have a heat shield here. I think 8 parachutes should be enough. I've tested this before. 6 is barely enough. It always makes me think it's going to crash too. Well, when it hits the water, this storage container is going to be destroyed. So I put 8 on. A couple of communication devices, and now we have solar panels. This tank plus what engine are we using? Right, it's the service module propulsion system, which gives us, I think, let's see. I think it's over a couple thousand. It's, I think, here, let's take this off real temporarily and see. Yeah, it's 1,100, which should be plenty to get us to the moon and back. We might need to steal a little fuel from a Galileo. We'll see. So let's put this back on. I think it was right there, right? Yep. And this here. And this here. All right. Check staging one more time. And then we have, basically we have 4,300 delta V in this whole thing. And I think that should be enough, although I don't want to use the delta V in here, so I'm going to disable that. It says we have 3,800. That should be enough to get us up in orbit and at least mostly to the moon, I think. We'll see. We'll see. That's 1,000. That's 1,200. Which one? I think that's enough. Yeah, we're gonna roll with this and see what happens. And then we have the 3.5-inch parts here with a Merlin cluster, and I think we're good to go. I've been wondering if I should use MechJeb for this. I have MechJeb installed just in case I want to use it. It's right here. It's also on the lander. Good for rendezvous and, well, not necessarily rendezvous, but more docking is what I like to use it for if I need to. If it starts getting kind of annoying and I keep missing, I wonder if I could make this better. This seems like, nah, that's good enough. Let's just go with it. We need Jeb in here. Not Bill, not Bob. We're going to put Jeb in the command pod. Alright. Thrust to weight, 1.77. That should be fine with this engine. This engine's a lot more powerful and capable than it seems. So let's go ahead and launch. Okay. Yes, the fly by the moon with 3 tourists, land on the moon with 2, load them. Wow, what is this, fog here or something? Why is the colors washed out like this? It must be fog, or I'm not sure. That's weird. Alright, so you know what, since I'm not sure about the fuel in this, I think there's enough, but I'm not sure. I haven't tested this. I'm going to go ahead and use the ascent guidance, and hopefully MechJeb can. Yeah, I've done a launch thousands of times. I don't need more practice. I'm hoping that MechJeb will make this more efficient, so that it will turn in time. You know, it'll do the turns in the best. at the best times, and it'll turn at the best altitudes and at the best angle to make my fuel the most efficient that it can be. So I'm going to go ahead and see if this is going to work. So orbit altitude's 80. Let's just make it 80. Angle of attack to 5 degrees. I think that's default. Auto warp, and let's go ahead and turn on autopilot, and then let's see what happens. Is this going to... Oh, I do have to do it twice? Do I have to mess with these or something? There we go. So let's see how MechJeb handles this. See if it's as efficient as I hope. Okay, it's turning. I'm wondering about the washed out colors here. Okay, so it's slowing down the engine. That's good. So it doesn't go too fast, I guess, on its ascent. I did tell it to limit the Q. Wow, this is the default setting anyway, 20,000. So it doesn't go too fast through the lower atmosphere. Wow, it's rolling really nice. Let's go to map view. Oh, yeah, it must be the atmosphere that it's causing all that. Oh, now we're back to... now I think it was a graphics glitch or something. Or maybe it was the clouds? I don't know. Alright, sounds like we are throttling up. Ooh, got a little heat going on here. Hopefully MechJeb will not go too fast and cause my payload to explode. I would think 1500s is a little too fast at this altitude. Oh, okay, so it turned off the engine right at 1500. Good. Interesting that it turned off SES. I guess it's coasting? Yeah, it's coasting to the edge of the atmosphere because our apoapsis is 80,000. Yeah, I'm not sure I could have done this more efficient. And we're already at 1,500 meters per second. We just need about 700 more, which should take up the rest of this fuel. How much fuel do we have left? Okay. We have 1,900, still 2,000 delta V in this. Wow, that's plenty of fuel. Okay, it looks like we're coming up on our burn. Okay, I'll probably do the burn myself to the moon. Because I know what I want. I know where I want to wind up when I get there. Okay, this looks like our circularization. I'm sorry, we're still trying to get in orbit. Oh, yeah. We still got 1,100 delta V in this. 78, 81. Well, it's not perfect, but it'll do. Let's go ahead and turn on SAS. Alright, do we want to use some of this fuel to get... We might as well use some of this fuel to get to the moon, right? Let's turn off ascent guidance. I'm going to go ahead and quick save. Alright, so the moon's here. Let's set it as target. And it looks like we're going to have to go around. Actually, you know what I didn't do? I should have probably checked this before. Ah, this is perfect. So, here's Galileo, here. If I can... There, you can see it's Galileo. It's on... The orbit is on this side. It's not like the Atlas, the resource scanner here. That would be hard to get into... Once I get to the moon, and I think I've talked about this before, you know, our burn is going to be kind of like this. Like this. It's going to be easier to get in orbit if Galileo, once the moon gets over here, is orbiting this way instead of this way. So that looks really good. I like that. Alright, we're closing in. This says it's only a 9-second burn. So that's cool. Oops. 9 seconds is all it takes to burn out 855 meters per second in delta V, I guess. Okay. Let's get this ready. So I guess I won't go right off the... Well, yeah, I'll go full throttle and then slow down. Actually, this doesn't look right. Is it really going to get me out there on a three more seconds of the burn? I guess it is. Boy, that engine is something. Oops. Well, that was interesting. It didn't slow down when I wanted to. I hit XXX and it wouldn't stop. Good to know, huh? Alright. So, I don't know... Yeah, it looks like we went a little too far. That figures. So, let's... How much fuel we got left in this thing? I'm gonna ditch this. So I guess it's gonna... This is on its way to the moon. And it's gonna probably crash into the moon. You know what I didn't do? Or what MechJeb didn't do? It didn't... It's supposed to... Let me look at the ascent guidance again. Yeah, it's supposed to stage the fairings, and it didn't. Didn't even notice that. Well... Okay. I'm going to activate this engine. Give us a little distance from it. There we go. Yeah, we burned a little bit too much. I'm going to see if I can turn around and correct this now. Just little thrusting. Here's our periapsis way the heck over here. I think we went way too far. Or not far enough. It's hard to tell. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Wait. Okay, there we go. There we go. 55 is good. Okay, so we went way too far. Burned too long. 55 is good, so let's do a little time warp. And the debris is coming with us. Where's the debris? Should be like right next to us. Here it is. Alright, we're closing in on it. As you can see, the tourist debris is definitely going to... It's been moving this way. It's going to impact the moon. Alright. And we're lined up, ready to go. So 98 seconds. Alright, so we'll do it at T-minus 44. Is when we'll start our burn. And the cool thing about this is I got the orbit and the plane change all in the same burn. Okay, I should start burning. Because sometimes I'll have to do the burn here, which will just get me into, which will just change the direction of my orbit, and then I'll have to do another burn down here to get me in the actual orbit, but not this time. Altitude 97, 96, 95. Wow, that thing's really... It's good. That's going to be a big explosion. Okay, we still have 1600 Delta V. Oops, did I... You know what I didn't do? Did I tell it not to use this fuel? Ooh, yeah, I did. Good. Okay. So once we get in this orbit, we will match planes, and then we will go down to about 55,000 meters. And then we will land on the moon. Okay, this is our final orbit. Well, at least our final position. I've decided to lower the elevation because it's kind of stupid to probably to try to descend from 50,000 meters. That's going to waste a lot of fuel. So what I decided to do is come down to about 12. So I'm at 12. I believe Galileo's at 20. What were they at? 24. So I'm probably going to, and I probably should have done this a long time ago. I'm gonna lower Galileo, their altitude later, down lower in orbit so that it won't take as much fuel to land. Should have done that before. Duh, that kind of makes sense. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and try a landing here. So we're in the correct plane with Galileo. The same plane. Our descending and ascending nodes are 0.0. And so yeah, from 12,000, that should save a lot of fuel. So we're probably going to come, even though I could wait a little bit, maybe, for our orbit to change so that we'll have more light, but I don't really want to, so we're going to land when it's sort of semi in the middle between dark and light, probably somewhere here maybe? This looks somewhat flat right about here, so I think that's what I'll do. Let's get people Wow, how fast am I going? Here, let's untarget Galileo. Kind of curious how fast I'm going. 554 meters per second. Okay. Looks like the graphics mod isn't working so well right now on Kerbin. Alright, so we need to move those who are going down to the moon into the lander. And that would be Jeb and 2 others. Here we go. Camdren and Hellman. Camdren and Hellman. So let's find well, Jeb's in here. Okay, so he's now in the lander. And it looks like the other 2 are in here. Yep. Transfer the lander. Transfer Hellman to the lander. And then we're going to check the lander. Make sure they're all in there. Jeb, Camdren, Hellman. Jeb. Land on moon. Camdren, Hellman. Okay, good. Now let's undock. Decouple, switch over to the lander. Activate our engines. That sounds pretty cool. And let's back off a little bit. There we go. Slow down. Stop. Stop. Jeez. Where are we? Where are we? We're right here. Okay. Looks like we... should we just... Wow. It really does look dark. I wonder if we should just go down here? Actually, what's the elevation here? I can't tell. This is probably higher over here. Maybe I should land there instead. Right here. Save a little fuel instead of going down into the crater. That looks... yeah. Probably here. Okay. Let's turn... That's really rocky. Look at that. Wow. That'd be difficult to land there. Let's align retrograde. And give it a little thrust. Oh, right. I have to be able to... Where's the... here we go. Alright, so we have 1430 delta V. Where are we? Okay. So let's give it a little thrust. Okay, I like this. And we said we're going to land right about here somewhere. I think that'll do. Alright, so let's get back here. And there goes the tourister. Actually, this looks like a... Well, this looks like a good place to land here. I guess what I'll do is just look. Maybe I should start... Yeah, no, that's in the middle. That's down in the crater. I'm going to wait until we're over here. Let's do a little time warp. What's my altitude? I'm at... Oh, 9,000. Okay. So, probably right over here, maybe? Right here. Let's give it some thrust. Hold on, where are we? I could wait a little bit and come down here. Sheesh. Estimated burn 19 seconds. We have 100 seconds to impact. Let's land right here. If we can. I think we can. Yeah, let's get this down to under 100. There we go. Alright, we still have plenty of fuel. A little worried about the fuel. These engines go through it pretty quick. I don't know, maybe that little tiny Marietta or whatever the engine is that I have on the other lander is the best one. And if I just lower the orbit of Galileo, it'll work just fine. What do I got left? 935 meters per second. And cut engine. There we are. Nice landing. Oh, stop bouncing. Well, it was a nice landing. Alright. So we have about half our fuel. Ew. That's a little scary. What's over there? I don't know what that is. Now here is Galileo. I don't think I have enough fuel to get to it. We're going to wait till Tourister comes back around and rendezvous with it. And I might use MechJeb for that. I think that's the Tourister there. Let's see if we fulfilled our contract. Yes, we did. Land on moon. Recover Kerbals. Alright. So, yeah, I'm not really happy with this engine either. It uses too much fuel. I don't know. Unless I can get down maybe an altitude about 8,000 meters? Yeah, I have a little less than half. That's concerning. Okay. Okay, I have to go in this direction here. Alright. So we'll just wait for it to come back. I wonder if I should get Tourister lower? What I might do is get this up to about 6,000. And then circularize, then maybe bring Tourister down to dock. Maybe. I'm just worried about the fuel that's left on the lander. I'm a little disappointed with those engines. I thought it'd be better, but okay. Well, since I'm going to be in lower altitude, I'm going to let it go by a little bit. Okay. Let's try it now. Where is it? There it is there. Okay. So we gotta go that way, I believe. Towards these two craters over here. Okay, it's going this way. We are here. I think we want to go this way. Okay. And that looks about right. Let's turn. Something like this. Okay, I'm gonna, when I get up to about 7,000 maybe, I'll try and circularize then. I don't want to use up too much fuel. So I'm at 57 meters per second. I think I need to get up to at least 6 or 7,000 meters. Okay. Let's get that up to at least 6. Unfortunately, that's up to 13. How much fuel? 397? Ew. Alright. Well, I don't have a whole lot of time to think about this either. I'd like to straighten this out, but can't. Not right now. These tourists don't know how much trouble they're in. Alright, I have 83 Delta V left. And where am I? Am I going to crash in any part of the moon? Doesn't look like it. So, we're at what height here? 6,000? Let's do a maneuver here. And bring us down a little bit. Okay, that is 17 meters per second. I might be able to do this after all. So, what I've done here is I've brought the lander up to 12,000 meters. 12,000. I still have 65 meters per second of Delta V. I'm going to check and see if I can change planes with that. I don't know if I can. I'd rather the lander change the plane than the tourister. So let's see if I can do that with what little Delta V I have left. Let's make this the target. Oh, it is the target. Alright. Okay. 10 degrees off. I've already passed the ascending node, so let's do it over here. No, I can't. There's probably not enough Delta V here. Let's see. No, not quite. I could, 12.9. Let's see. Nope. So let's switch to the tourister and have it change planes. And I might let MechJeb handle most of this. Just so I can get it done. We'll see. Alright, this will be the target. And align planes, 99 meters per second. Okay. Let's do it. It should auto-warp us here. Well, it's supposed to auto-warp. Come on. I could just try the let's try that and then see what it says here. Matching planes. Okay. Alright, there it goes. Cannot engage SAS. Let's see if I can do this, though. Looks like it. I'm curious to see if it's going to need to go to a higher orbit or if it'll have enough phasing orbits to... I should change... 167 orbits away. Yeah. So it's going to go up to 47 kilometers. That's fine. It's only going to take 20 meters per second to do that. Yeah, it's going to go up. It's going to help it intercept more quickly. So then it's going to come over here and then bring itself up to 47 kilometers, and then it'll do the intercept burn. Okay, we're done with rendezvous. Now I'm going to turn, except I don't have any SAS, so this might be interesting. We're going to turn this around and try and get it steady. Then we're going to switch over to... Uh-oh. Can we stop this thing? There we go. Come on. Alright, let's move over here, control from here. And where is... Okay. Make this the target. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Really? I can't select it. Awesome. There we go. And docking autopilot and go. So I hope these Kerbals in here didn't mess with any of the controls while we were gone. Should have brought two pilots, I guess. So, yeah, again, so that's what happens, I guess, from testing, well, sending out an untested lander to the moon, we almost lost the crew and 2 tourists. Oh, let's see if we can, there. Dock? Yes, there we go. Now we have SAS back. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over to, it's going to take a while, so I'm going to switch over to Galileo and see if I can lower its orbit to about 12,000 kilometers, maybe 10, and then see if I can staying in the same plane, and then I will switch back to the tourister and dock with Galileo. Or since this lander wasn't exactly what I was thinking of, maybe I should just leave and go back now. It's not exactly, we tested it here on the moon and it just wasn't exactly what I was hoping for. Maybe do I want to dock with... Would it be more useful than the other lander? Let's see. I don't think so. We even got down to down to 10,000, and we still had barely enough fuel to get back up. The other lander wasn't like that; it didn't have that problem. So I'm going to go ahead and go back. I'm going to leave. I think I'm done here. So let's see if I can get back to Kerbin. Yeah, not really. I don't think this lander's going to work for me. So let's wait a little bit until we're in the right window to see, we're in a polar orbit. If we were in a equatorial orbit, this would be easier to escape and go back to Kerbin. So let's wait a little bit until our orbit kind of aligns, goes this way towards Kerbin, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I'm going to have to... Well, let's increase our altitude, I guess, so we can warp more quickly. I don't want to go back to the Space Center. Okay, we're about ready. Oops. We're lined up. We're going to escape the moon's influence, and we're going to get into this orbit. And then somewhere out here, we're going to burn again towards Kerbin so that we can deorbit. Or let's get close, and then maybe get in orbit and then slow down before we actually re-enter. There we go. And let's time warp. And now we are in Kerbin Sphere. Okay. Now, What do we got left? 741 meters per second. Let's start right here. And decrease this. Wait, what happened? Whoa. So I'm not sure what's happening here. Let's try it further out, like right here, I guess. This is in 2 hours. That's better. So periapsis 196. I wonder what speed we'll be going at that. There we go. Alright. Do time warp. I wonder if, let's say if we can warp to here. Time warp complete. Interesting. I was thinking more like here. Alright. Re-entry in 8 minutes. I guess we're going to have to say goodbye to this lander. Okay, let's go. Let's, where's Kerbin? There you are. And there's the sun. Alright, so we'll have to jettison. We're gonna have to jettison you. Probably not with people in it though, so let's get everybody out. Do we have any fuel left? We don't, do we? Ooh. Not much. Jeb, go back in the command pod. And why does it have to do that? You can go here. And you can go here. So there shouldn't be anybody left here. Nope. So let's ditch this. And that will burn up in orbit. And ooh. Why? What happened to our... Ooh. That doesn't look right. Hold on a sec. That's not what I wonder what happened. That's... Huh. Well, that doesn't look right. I was supposed to come back around here. What happened? Well, that's... Wait, hold on a sec. Maybe it's because I'm in the... No? See if I can fix this. (509 meters per second), 42. Maybe that was what happened here. (483), barely enough to fix this. I don't know what happened. That was weird. Huh. That seemed like a bug. Or something. I didn't touch the throttle. At least I don't think so. I'll go back and look. Huh. Well, let's fix this. I'm glad we had enough fuel left. Well, it's been it's been an adventure, that's for sure. 17,000. I don't know. Hopefully that's okay. Wow, we had all kinds of danger on this one. And we're lucky to get through it. Eight parachutes should be quite enough. What do we got? What do we got? 6.7. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I think when I tested this before, I had it at about 7.2, and it landed without this being destroyed. So I think we're going to be good. I could ditch the heat shield just to be safe. Yeah, now we're at 5.8. There we go. Alright, let's recover. (20) science. Recovery of a vessel returning from suborbital flight on the moon. And we only got 1,600 funds from recovered parts. However, Jebediah gets awarded the Mach 5 ribbon, moon docking ribbon, and heavy vehicle launch ribbon. And it looks like we're underwater again. Let's go to the tracking station and fix that. Okay, we should have completed 2 contracts. Land on the moon with 2 tourists. The tourists had a great time. Yeah, well, they didn't know how tight it was. We got 358,000 for that, and 293 for this. Now we have 1.1, almost 1.2 million. So we're back in the black. And I'm not sure. I think what I'm going to do in between episodes, I'm going to decrease the orbit of Galileo. I guess I'm going to keep the lander I got out there and something else I want to do is I want to build a fuel transport ship that stays in orbit, basically that shuttles fuel back and forth from the Earth to the Moon. I don't want to. I want to. It's going to stay up there so that I can launch a large rocket full of fuel and rendezvous with it in Kerbal orbit, transfer fuel, and then that ship will go out to Galileo. That's what I'd like to build. I might do that next time. I'm not sure. I'll look at the contracts and see what we got to do. And, well, I still want to do these. I don't know if I want to do them on an episode. I also want to go to the moon's poles with Galileo 1. And at some point soon, I want to finish the Space Hotel. And then I want to get one of these going. Go to Eve. Or, yeah, to Eve. Maybe send a flyby. That might be the best thing. Basically, flyby Eve, altitude 95 to 90. Wait, between an altitude of 95 and 90. Wow. And I have to transmit or recover scientific data. So I will need probably the best transmitter I have. A massive interplanetary relay antenna can reach almost anything in the solar system, but I need 1,000 for that. I almost have 1,000 science. I don't think that's necessary. Maybe this one? Wait. Here. This one. Carry your signal beyond Duna. So, this one might work. Anyway. We'll check on that, and I'll have something to go for next time. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.